and welcome to this pre-season coverage of the New South Wales Quidditch League. This match took place on the 14th of March 2020 at KS Park in Minto. Between this match is the Sydney City Serpents versus the Eastern Sydney University Dawnbreakers, and Jacob Sutherland of the Dawnbreakers gets it off to Jackson Flynn almost immediately, who misses the hoop. Serpents recover. Jackson Flynn has not managed to get the ball to the keeper, stop the ball getting to the keeper, as we see the Serpents go on to the attack for the first time in this match. And nice movement there, there's no goal, it missed the hoop. And the ball goes out of play, which we'll see a Dawnbreakers restart with the keeper Bell moving up the pitch, who will pass it off to Jackson Flynn, and Bell will move out onto the left wing. The Eastern Sydney University's Dawnbreakers are part of a two-team system this year as a merge between UNSW and UTS Quidditch teams. Jackson Flynn now on the right makes his way down. Very good run there by Jackson Flynn, who tries to find Jacob and can't quite manage to do so. Jacob recovers, and that will be a goal for the Dawnbreakers. It is 10-0 to the Dawnbreakers. And the Serpents are very quick here on the counter-attack as they take advantage of the slowing defense of the Dawnbreakers, and we have a brooms down here, and it looks like the brooms down. There's an issue here against the Dawnbreakers. Yep, a yellow card is going to be issued here to the Dawnbreakers, number 9. And it's a yellow card for two-handed contact. So it's a yellow card for two-handed contact against the Dawnbreakers. That means a quaffle turnover to the Serpents, who will get it in an incredibly good position in front of the goals where the offence took place. And we also have a quaffle change.
We've had a quaffle change as well.
I do not know why we've had a quaffle change, but guessing it might have had something to do with ball pressure. And play resumes, and that's a goal for the Serpents, and it is 10-all here in this pre-season friendly matchup as Bell starts to advance the quaffle as she leaves the keeper zone, and will get it off to the Dawnbreakers player who was just carded, as we see Derek here targeting the Dawnbreakers player for the Serpents, and there's some very good beta play going on there, which forces a quaffle turnover, and we'll see the Serpents dunk it in the hoop, and that's 20 points to 10 for the Serpents. Bell once again making her way up the pitch. As Bell offloads it to Jackson, and it looks like there's going to be some very good beta action here. And yep, that takes the beta. Luke Derrick there is able to clear the path of defense as the chasers for the Serpents force the quaffle turnover, creating a goal, and that's 30 points to 10 for the Serpents. Bell once again advancing up the pitch. Offloads it to Jackson Flynn. Back to Bell, who struggles to make the catch. Turnover. Serpents now with the quaffle as they make their way back towards the attacking end, and a very good scrambling defense there by the Dawnbreakers sees the Serpents not get a goal. And Bell offloads to Jackson Flynn, who recovers the quaffle after a slight stumble on the initial catch. Bell taken out of play. That will see the reset used for the Dawnbreakers as they want to maintain quaffle possession. And Jackson Flynn looking to break down the left and manages to do so, gets away from everyone. The Serpents there with a very good tackle. Jackson is offloaded to Jacob. Jacob recovers, who's been called safe after that attempted beat. Who'll pass it off to Jackson, who'll make a looping pass over the top to Anna. And Anna will recover. The attempted pass to Bell was shut down by the Serpents, with Bell getting beat in the process, which will see the Serpents recover. A very good defense there by the Serpents to prevent a goal. As the Serpents once again start moving towards the goals they are attacking. A wayward pass there. It sees Jacob Sutherland intercept and goes on the counter. Jackson Flynn with the quaffle now, who gets it off to Jacob, who is attempting to and will manage to dunk it in the hoop, and that's 30 points to 20 now for the Dawnbreakers. A very good counter offense there, and it's 30-20. The Serpents keeper now moving the quaffle up the pitch. Has got Damien Osborne on the right. I can't quite tell who that is with the quaffle on the left. And a wayward pass there. It's very un-Serpents-like. We'll see the quaffle roll out of boundary, and we have a brooms down here. The play was not restarted from the boundary line, and so the brooms down is just resetting the play to restart appropriately. And plays resumed, and we'll have 5 seconds to inbound the ball, which has already taken place. As we see the Dawnbreakers substitute keepers. So at the moment we've got Anna with the quaffle slowly advancing down the pitch. It'll be Jackson making back to Anna. And the Dawnbreakers still have possession of the quaffle. It's with Jackson Flynn now after that little scramble. It's with Jacob, who is taken down there by some very scrambling Serpents defense, and Jacob will get it off to Jackson, who will push it through the hoop, and that is 30 all here. And it looks like the Serpents are doing pretty much a complete change of their chaser lineup. They have done a complete change of the chaser lineup, with only the keeper remaining from the previous play. As we see the Serpents now move on to the attack. An attempted shot which went through the hoop. We have it at 40 points to 30 for the Serpents. The the Dawnbreakers once again moving it back down the pitch towards the offensive end. It looks like the Serpents have bludger control. And what a pass off to Jacob. The very scrambling defense there from the keeper stops it going in. And it will be keeper's ball inside the keeper zone, and the keeper is now going to switch as the Serpents look to hit very quickly on the attack. Dawnbreakers were able to get the numbers back, and that's another wayward pass from the Serpents, again crossing the behind the far boundary behind the hoops. This is brought back with Anna now as Jackson Flynn makes a substitution. It's Anna still with the quaffle as they cross the halfway line. It's Jacob now with the quaffle, who's looking to try and find a way through and manages to get it off. Was that a goal? We have a brooms down here, and yeah, the Serpents are saying that it was a goal, and as the ARs also confirm it, we have a goal called. It is 40 all, and we have a timeout called by the Serpents. So it is 40 points apiece between the Serpents and the Dawnbreakers. As the Serpents call a timeout.
Score is 40 to Serpents, 40 to Dawn.
Resumption of timeout. Serpents 40, Dawn 40. Serpents have the ball. As we're back here from the timeout, it is 40 points apiece. We have a new player here who's still trying to get a hang of the rules and nearly went to shoot off early. So the Serpents did use their timeout, which means the Dawnbreakers still have a timeout up their sleeve as the Serpents advance very quickly on the resumption of the timeout. And that's a shot. No, not a shot yet. That's a shot now, and that's a goal, and it is 50 points to 40 now for the Serpents, who have once again taken the lead. And already it looks like on the resumption of play on the timeout that the Serpents look like they're coming out just a little bit more gelled, a little bit more cohesive. They look like they got off to a very slow start here as Derek takes one of the Dawnbreakers chases out of play, takes the second one out of play as the Dawnbreakers take a shot which misses, and the Serpents look to hit very quickly on the counter and will make their way through the defense of the Dawnbreakers, and it is 60 points to 40. Anyway, going back to the point I was making, is that it looks like the Serpents have come out of this timeout looking very much like a more gelled, more complete side. They look like they started off the match very, very slow, which makes sense given it is the first game that these two teams have played of the 2020 season. As we see Luke Derrick make multiple beats here as the quaffle looks to move. Is now once again back with the Serpents, who will make their way down the pitch, and we have another goal to the Serpents, and it's 70 points to 40. Yeah, these Serpents definitely looking like they've come out of this timeout on the right side of things, as they've put on 30 points very quickly since the timeout, scoring 3 goals. And we see the Dawnbreakers now once again moving, and Derek will make the beat for the Serpents, as we see once again the Serpents on the counter. The Dawnbreakers do have numbers back this time, as it goes off to Damien Osborne, who dunks it in the hoop, and that is another goal for the Serpents. It is 80 points to 40 now. And it looks like one of the new players is still trying to get a hang of things, look to make a sub without realising that the keeper had to start the play with the quaffle before offloading to one of the chasers in order to make the substitution. There it is now. Bell with the quaffle, who looks to find Jacob. Has found Jacob, who is safe again. After an attempt to double beat, it will finally get beat as we see a nice little beater battle going on here between Gia and Luke Derrick. As we have a brooms down called. Oh, this is a mess that looks like it's not going to be fun to sort out here between Gia and Luke Derrick. Okay, as we see here, we've got Gia and Luke trying to, and they resume their battle as the Serpents move it up the pitch. A no goal, a beautiful block there by Jacob. As still no goal on a second shot. As we see the Serpents scramble on their offense to recover, and they recover, and that's a goal. I can tell you that the little beater duel we had between Derek and JR saw Derek win the beater duel, but he ended up getting beat almost immediately after winning said duel. As we see the Dawnbreakers now again advance quaffle up the pitch. Derek makes another beat, which sees Damien Osborne pick up the quaffle, and we'll see Damien Osborne gets beat. It's a scrambling recovery there for the Serpents. For the Dawnbreakers, Jacob manages to keep the quaffle in play. Oh, it's beaten out of his hand as he uses it to block the beater from block the bludger from hitting him. And the Serpents recover that defensive effort. And once again have the quaffle and looking to go right away on the attack. A very slow attack. Very calculated attack. And that's a goal. And so it is now 100 points to 40 in favour of the Serpents. We have a brooms down. And it looks like we have a Dawnbreakers injury substitution. Yep, the number 9 is injury off hurt. We have an injury substitution. We're waiting for a player from the Dawnbreakers sub box to make the way onto the pitch. And they're at the pitch now. So we will see a resumption of play very shortly. And there's the restart in play. So it is 100 points to the Serpents, 40 to the Dawnbreakers. As Bell's advancing down the right. It is Anna and Jackson in the center, and I apologize, I do not know the player's name who's wearing the number 2 jersey. It's off of Jackson. Jackson is beat, and Damien Osborne will pick it up, and there is no defense as every single chaser on the Dawnbreakers was beat in that play. They fantastic dunk through the hoop, which sees it being 110 for the Serpents, 40 for the Dawnbreakers, a lead of 70 for the Sydney City Serpents. It's the Dawnbreakers with the quaffle through Jackson Flynn, who's looking to find a way forward, but is getting shut down by the beaters of the Serpents, and he's safe there. And Jackson still has the quaffle and looks for the long pass that is intercepted by the Serpents, who are looking to very quickly advance after the no bludgers call, and that will see them score again. It is 120 to 40 in favor of the Serpents. It is Jackson Flynn now with the quaffle for the Dawnbreakers as the snitch makes its way onto the pitch. It looks like a very good tackle. It's trying to force the reset to be used, and the Serpents chaser is beat. Jackson Flynn looking at the options available, finds Bell, who finds, I think that's Jacob on the right. No, it's not Jacob on the right, who's beat. Serpents once again have the quaffle, looking to hit on the counter, are able to do so very cleanly, and that's 130 to 40. That's a 90-point lead for the Serpents. And the Dawnbreakers have not scored since the resumption of play from the timeout. I don't know what the Serpents did in that timeout, but they seem to have found their footing, which was lacking very much so in the first period of play. As we see the Seekers attempt to catch the snitch, it's Jacob for the Dawnbreakers, who's looking very good. And it looks like Jackson Flynn was beat with the quaffle in the background of that, and we have no goal. No, we have a goal down, but we don't have a goal. We have a brooms down, as we have a yellow card to the Serpents player for behind contact on that play. So still a 90-point lead for the Serpents, who will play the next little period with a player down, as we focus back on Seeker play momentarily. The Serpents Seeker, the two Seekers are dueling again, trying to get forward and get in a good enough position to make the catch on the snitch. As we see Serpents very good there on the defense. Oh, it looks like we have a catch, and this was a catch to the Dawnbreakers. So that is a final score of 130 to the Sydney City Serpents and 70 points to the Dawnbreakers with the snitch catch, a 60-point margin.